Welcome to How to Grow a Garden. I'm Scarlett. I am at my mother's harvesting nettles. And I wanted to show you guys how to do that. Now before you freak out, yes, nettles is extremely invasive, although funny enough, at this particular garden it seems to be impossible to find and impossible to grow. There's one little patch and I've been working on it all year trying to get everything else out of the way so it gets bigger. It's having a very hard time. But traditionally it is a very invasive plant. But nettles is amazing. It's a superfood. It makes the most awesome tea ever. It happens to be my favorite tea, which is why I love to grow nettles. And you've probably seen it in the past videos at the allotment and stuff. It's just awesome. So at our new property at the homestead, there's no nettles. And this is a problem. So instead of going and digging up all the nettle roots, I'm just going to harvest the seeds. So what I've done is I've let these grow the entire year. We've been here for quite some time and we've done lots of work in the garden, which I'm going to show you guys in later videos. So what I want to do is just take a bag and my scissors. I'm just going to give my nettles a little haircut. I just want to take the bottom layer. I don't need to take the whole thing. I'm going to let the plant continue to drop these here because I do still want nettles to grow here, not just where I'm taking them. Now I could also cut the top off because there's still a little bit of green life on that and I don't want that, and I could just plop the whole thing in and cut it off. And that would be good too, but I don't really want to harvest completely. So you know that your seeds are ready when they've turned black. These seeds are still green, and the seeds themselves don't sting. It's really the jagged edges of the leaves that sting, not the tops and the bottoms. So, well, and the core. So these guys are not ready, whereas these are. And that's going to go with most of your seeds. Your green seeds you don't want to harvest yet. The black ones will be good. In fact, these ones have a little bit of green in them, so I could actually leave them just a few more days. But some of the nettles here are really good and ready, so I'm harvesting. All these little buds on top, these are new. So you can also harvest these guys. The sides of the leaves sting. The tops and bottoms don't necessarily, so we'll see how lucky I am if this actually starts hurting in a minute. But not yet. So you can harvest these guys. And you can put these into tea, even though it's the end of the season, because they're new growth. Even though the plant is nice and big, you can still harvest and put them in tea. And that's cool, because normally you only want to harvest them in the early spring when you just have the young guys. So cut them all down, harvest them off, and then let them grow. And you can do that once or twice without messing with the plant too much. So I might also turn this into tea and harvest some of these little fresh guys. So that's the story of me and stinging nettles. Stinging nettles has so many cool things. You can also turn it into fabric. You can actually weave the fibers, which is a whole nother story and something I'm quite interested in doing at some point. But for the meantime, these are the stinging nettles. My hands are going to hurt in a minute. And these are the tiny little seeds. And I just want to sow the seeds, just broadcast them, and I will have nettles in the future. They are invasive, so if you have a very small property, you might want to find a friend that has more space and see if they can give you nettles instead of growing them on a property. But then again, maybe you love nettles like me and you don't mind having them everywhere. All right, Scarlett, thanks for watching. This is How to Grow a Garden. Toodaloo!